Well, good morning, but it's really good afternoon because it's after church. I did do a video on the way to church this morning, and it rattled too much. Like yesterday, it was rattling. I have to figure out what I'm doing wrong. For a couple of days there, it was going pretty good. It really was. But today is Sunday, November 24th, and we have a birthday. It's Ruth, and I have in my calendar that she's 65, so I don't know if it carried over from last year, but you know what? She's going to be 65 again, no matter what. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Ruth. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. So, oh, have a good day. Have a really happy birthday. Have a piece of cake for me, too, because I can't have any cake this week because I had a gain yesterday, and so I have to get back on track because Thanksgiving is on Thursday. I got an itchy nose. Anyway, what did I talk about? One of the things I talked about was every year, Jim gets me an orchid, and every year, without fail, the petals fall off, and it never comes back to life. The leaves stay fine. Here, I'll show you. I got one. I got it over here. See? See it in the corner there? I will insert a picture right here to show you how beautiful it looks. That is not the lily that Jim buys me every year. There's a story behind this lily. Every year Jim buys a lily, not a lily. I keep calling them lilies, orchid. Every year Jim buys me an orchid. Every year they die. And every year I have to listen to him when I have just the stems and the leaves blooming. And I just can't do it. I mean, I have plants around my house that are living, but I can't keep that one alive. So when he came back, he went to Cabela's on Friday. He got home on Thursday, but Friday he went to Cabela's. Cabela's, I don't know if it's a nationwide store, but it's a sporting goods hunting type of thing, kind of like Bass Pro Sports. You get all your hunting supplies and things like that at it. And they have at that store, my favorite, honey roasted almonds, which are like candied almonds. They're so good, but they're very high in points, very fattening. And so when he came home on Friday from his running around getting his stuff, he says, "I got you a prize." And I thought, oh, I'm kind of happy because he bought me some nuts, but then I'm kind of sad because it's been, I got to get weighed tomorrow, and I don't want to eat the nuts today, but they're hot when he brings them home, and they're really good. So I thought, oh, you know what? Tomorrow's another day. Like Scarlett O'Hara says, tomorrow's another day. I've never seen that movie, Gone with the Wind. Never seen it. Not one time. Not even just a couple parts I've seen. I've never seen the movie. But anyway, so I'm all set. I'm ready for my nuts. And then he gives me this orchid. And it's all wrapped up in paper. And I said, well, what is this? And he said, well, I got you an orchid, one that you're not going to ever be able to kill. And it's an artificial orchid. And I said, well, are you sure? And he says, yeah. I said, I'm pretty good at killing things. And he says, no, let's try it. So we put it in the plant, and it's beautiful, and it doesn't look the least bit fake. What I like about it, what I find so special, is because he told me, he said, every year after the orchid dies, I always am looking for an artificial orchid. And I have, okay, sorry about that. On the phone, when you record on your phone, that happens. But anyway, so he said he had gone to Pier 1, Hobby Lobby, Joann Fabrics, and Michael's looking for this orchid. And they never had it. And so he's been making like a weekly or bi-weekly run looking for these all the time. And so he said he went to Pier 1 on Friday, and they had just got a shipment in, and so he grabbed it. So, which makes it all the more special to me is that I know how much effort he put into it. I mean, it would have been special no matter what, don't get me wrong. It was very sweet of him to do that. But Jim does not go to Hobby Lobby or Michael's or Joann Fabrics or Pier 1. These are not regular stores that he would find anything for himself in. So it's all the more special. And it looks beautiful. I love it. And I'll always look at it and remember how much effort he put into it and how sweet it was for him to think of getting me that. But on the way home from church, I stopped and I did get mail. And it's my first Christmas card. It says, blessings. This brings a special Christmas prayer that God will keep you in his care and bless in peaceful, joyous ways these holy, happy holidays. From Helen Steiner Rice. That's the poet. It said, Sandy, may God hear our every prayer and bless you at Christmas and always. Merry Christmas from Texas, Natalie Johnson. Well, thank you so much, Natalie. I just love that it's my first Christmas card. You even beat Bertie. Bertie's always trying to, when Jim's brother Tom was alive, Bertie and Tom always had a competition to see who could get their Christmas cards out first. I always am the one who gets mine closest to Christmas without it going over Christmas because I'm kind of a procrastinator in that regard. But anyway, thank you for my Christmas card. That's so nice. But after church, this was another thing I told you about on my way to church. We had found a bunch of home movies from when we were growing up, and so Denise, Mary, and Michael and I decided that we were going to bring them to Walgreens and have them made into DVDs so that we would have them. So we took just a couple films in and brought it in, and I think it ended up costing us like $20 each for a DVD, and it was really cool. We really liked it, so we thought, well, let's do a couple more. So we sent a couple more in, a little bit more the next time, and so then it brought it up to $30 each. So we thought, oh, that's not too bad. So we did that for $30 each. And then we brought a couple more, and it was like $40 each. And we thought, oh, that's pretty good. So then we thought, well, they were like reels. So then we found a bunch of like little ones, little Super 8 ones. So we brought a whole bunch of them in to make into a DVD. And then Walgreens called to tell me that it was finished and that we owed them $675. I was like, ugh, that would have been like almost $150, $175 each to get these films. And at that point we were thinking, I don't know that we want it. And so I told Walgreens, because everybody kept saying that was too much money, we didn't want to spend that much money. And so I called Walgreens and I said, I understand that you've already done it and that. I said, but there's no way I can come up with $675 to get these. And I completely understand that it's a breach on my part and that you can't return my home movies, and I completely understand that. I said, but there's no way I can afford $675. And so they said, well, we can't give you your movie films back. And I said, and I completely understand, and you're within your right, and I'm not going to speak disparagingly about your company. I'm the one that messed up on this end. It's not your fault. As much as I don't want to lose my memories, I can't come up with $675 for that. And so they said, okay. So then maybe 2-3 months pass, and they call, and they say, we still have your films. And I explain the story again, and I tell them the exact same thing. And they go, well, we're going to have to destroy your films. And I said, I understand. As much as I don't want you to do that, I don't have $675 for the film. And so they said, okay. So then another 3 months go by, and they call me again. I go through the spiel again, and I said, the whole thing, I completely understand if you got to get rid of them, blah, blah, blah. And so they said, no, I understand, but we can't give it to you because we've already made the DVD. And I go, and I completely understand what you're saying. I'm not speaking badly of your company. It's a business. I understand. I have nothing but praise for Walgreens. You've never done anything wrong. It's just my fault. They called me yesterday and said, we don't want to destroy your movies. We understand that you can't come up with the money, so please come and get your films. We're not going to charge you, but we're not going to give you the DVD. And I said, no, I completely understand not giving me the DVD, and I so appreciate you giving me back my movies. And they go, yeah, we just couldn't in good conscience destroy your movies, your memories. And so I said, okay. So I went there after church and picked up my box of film and brought it home. So I'm hoping that I can go to a garage sale or something and find an old projector. Maybe I'll go on Facebook Marketplace. Maybe they might have a projector that I can get for a little bit of money, and then figure out a way that we can put it on the TV and film it out with our phones or something, and then get it. I don't know. We'll figure out something. But I just want to thank Walgreens publicly for giving us back our memories and not destroying them, which they would have been fully legally, in the legal department. What we want to try to say. They would be fully legally obligated to do, and I understand that, and I wouldn't have held that against them. That was my fault, not their fault. So do not boycott Walgreens, please. I think that I think it was just a standoff, and it was just, we were just going to see who was going to blink first, and I didn't have $675, so I knew I wasn't going to blink first, so I'm just really glad. But anyway, that's going to be it for tonight. I'm going to figure out what I'm doing wrong with the thing, why it's making so much noise, rattling again. My mount must be loose or something. I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, I will see you guys in the morning. I'm not going to water aerobics or water swimming. I have to go with Christy somewhere, and then go from there. I did want to mention I had asked you for prayers for my Uncle Bob. He did pass away yesterday peacefully, and he's with his family now in heaven, with his wife, his mom and dad, and it's a sad time, but unfortunately it's a fact of life. I'm going to miss him so much. I'm going to miss his stories. I do have him on my phone. I filmed him. I film him every time I go and see him in Minnesota. So I have lots of my own memories that I can watch and see, and I have good memories of him. So rest in peace, Uncle Bob. I'm going to miss you. Love you too. Tell us a joke. Tell us a joke.
What did one eye say to the other eye?
I don't know.
I don't know, but something between us smells.